began claiming to be from the year 2036, warning of wars, pandemics, and society's collapse. This is the mystery of John Titor, a time traveler whose chilling predictions sparked global intrigue. But who was he really? Was it a hoax, or was he trying to prevent an apocalyptic future? What he revealed continues to haunt us. John Titor's shocking time travel claims. In the year 2000, a mysterious figure named John Titor began posting on online forums, claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036. His sudden appearance sparked a lot of curiosity, doubt, and excitement among internet users. Titor's story wasn't just an ordinary claim of time travel. He didn't simply say, "I'm from the future." He went into remarkable detail, offering technical explanations that blurred the lines between science fiction and actual physics. Rather than merely stating that he was from the future, he explained how he got there. His time machine wasn't some vague, fantastical device. It was a highly advanced piece of technology that he described with striking precision. He even gave it a name, the C204 Gravity Distortion Unit, built by General Electric. Intrigued yet? His explanation of the machine's workings seemed too precise to ignore. Titor's explanation wasn't just an ordinary claim. It was as if he were describing a piece of equipment that could be understood if only you had the right knowledge. According to him, the machine used a special energy source that was beyond what we understood in the year 2000. The device itself had a gravity field and a countdown alarm that activated just before the time jump. These technical details were enough to make even the most skeptical readers pause for thought. Could such a machine actually exist? But it wasn't just the time machine that fascinated people, it was Titor's mission. Just over 2 years after sending faxes to Art Bell, a user who went by Time Traveler Zero, later known as John Titor, created an account on the Time Travel Institute message board. On November 2, 2000, he posted, "Greetings, I am a time traveler from the year 2036. I am on my way home after getting an IBM 5100 computer system from the year 1975. He revealed that he had traveled back to the past on a very specific errand to retrieve an old IBM 5100 computer. At first, this request might seem strange. Why would a time traveler from the future need such an outdated piece of technology? Titor's explanation, however, made it clear that the IBM 5100 was essential for his mission. According to Titor, the computer had a unique ability to debug legacy systems, something that was crucial for his future world. In his time, where technology had evolved in ways we couldn't fully comprehend, the IBM 5100 was a key piece of technology needed to solve a major problem. This was just one of many surprising details he shared, making his story more believable to some and even more puzzling to others. For many forum users, these descriptions were hard to ignore. The amount of detail he gave made his claims seem more real than the usual hoaxes and pranks online at the time. However, not everyone was convinced. Skeptics quickly called him a clever hoaxer, saying his detailed stories were meant to grab attention and create interest. Still, the debates on the forums were heated, with some users believing his story and others writing him off as just another internet fantasy. His mission to retrieve the IBM 5100 was just the tip of the iceberg. He shared more about the future he came from, a future torn apart by war, social collapse, and the fall of key institutions. He warned that the world would soon face a major conflict, but his tone was strangely calm. Even with his dark predictions, Titor stressed that humanity would adjust, focusing more on community and family instead of big businesses and factories. This view of the future resonated with some, leading to deeper talks about the path modern society is taking. As Titor kept posting, his claims started to get mixed reactions. The more Titor shared, the more questions came up. Was he really a time traveler? Could his warnings be true? Titor quickly became a sensation on the forums with his scientific terms, personal stories, and bold predictions. Even if people didn't believe his time travel claims, his story was hard to ignore. His arrival sparked one of the early 21st century's biggest mysteries. His claims about time travel, a unique machine, and his mission to retrieve an outdated computer intrigued many, mixing skepticism with curiosity. Titor became a symbol of mystery, blending science fiction with reality and sparking debates that still continue today. John Titor's time on online forums was not just about his time machine, it was also marked by a series of chilling predictions about the future. His dark predictions about the future. Titor spoke confidently about the coming decades, warning of events that would shake the world to its core. His most striking predictions involved global conflict and social collapse, painting a future where humanity struggled to survive amidst chaos. Titor's prediction about artificial intelligence, AI, and global surveillance has gained attention as these ideas are becoming reality. What once seemed ahead of its time, AI systems assisting with tasks and governments using surveillance tech like facial recognition, is now part of daily life. Titor foresaw AI playing a major role in the future, and today it's clear that technology is heading in that direction. Titor also predicted that China would send an astronaut into space in 2003, which came true when China launched its first manned mission. He also mentioned CJD disease, a rare brain disease linked to mad cow disease, implying it would be a growing concern in the future. In the 2000s, a mad cow outbreak did occur, with nearly 200 fatalities, though it was largely contained to the UK. Another prediction that seems to have come true was his idea about solar energy. When he made this prediction, solar power wasn't widely used, but now it's one of the fastest-growing energy sources in the world. He was one of the few who saw the potential of solar energy and predicted it would become more important in the future. As we continue to move toward greener energy solutions, his prediction looks more and more like it was right. One of the most shocking claims Titor made was that a devastating World War III would erupt in the early 21st century. According to him, this war would devastate the world, shattering societies and economies. But not everything Titor predicted came true. One of his most chilling forecasts was about a nuclear war in 2015, sparked by tensions with Russia. This didn't happen. He also predicted a civil war in the United States starting in 2005, but that never happened either. These misses have led some people to doubt his accuracy. In the years following Titor's predictions, political polarization and conflict surged. While the U.S. didn't experience civil war in 2005, the growing divide between political ideologies resembled the unrest he described. By 2024, we see unsettling parallels, rising inflation, economic instability, and ongoing conflicts like the Israel-Hamas war. While we haven't seen the exact nuclear strikes or civil war he predicted, many of the issues he highlighted, societal divisions and global conflict, are unfolding. Could these issues be linked to the world he saw, or is it just coincidence? What makes Titor's predictions even more fascinating is his explanation of the timeline he came from. According to him, the world he was warning us about wasn't the only possible future. He didn't simply say, "This is what's going to happen." He believed that time itself was a complicated, ever-shifting web of possibilities. Titor was a firm believer in the multiverse theory, which posited that every decision we make creates a new branch of reality, meaning there are multiple versions of the future coexisting. The timeline he described, filled with war and upheaval, was just one of many possible futures, a parallel universe that might or might not come to pass. This idea of multiple timelines added a layer of complexity to his predictions. It meant that the events he warned about weren't set in stone. In Titor's view, our choices and actions could change the future. So if we diverged from the path he predicted, we might avoid the worst of the chaos. But if we followed the same path, the war and destruction he foresaw could still be in store for us. This theory of alternate realities opened up the possibility that his predictions weren't failures, just glimpses into a version of the future that might still be waiting for us. Despite the catastrophic predictions, Titor's vision of the future wasn't all negative. He imagined a world where after the wars, people would rebuild in a more local and independent way. Communities would focus on family and small-scale living, moving away from today's complex global systems. He also saw changes in religion and entertainment, reflecting the realities of a post-apocalyptic world. This idea of simpler, family-focused communities offered a hopeful alternative to the chaos he predicted. The debate about Titor's predictions is far from over. For some, his warnings were incredibly accurate, and the discrepancies between his timeline and our reality are explained by the Everett-Wheeler model of alternate realities, which suggests that timelines can diverge based on the choices humanity makes. Others believe that Titor was just a skilled storyteller, crafting predictions that fit within the global concerns of the time. Titor foresaw a major shift in entertainment, with traditional systems being replaced by decentralized platforms. Today, the rise of streaming services and technologies like blockchain seem to align with his vision. As time passes, his insights into how we consume media appear increasingly relevant. As the 21st century progresses, Titor's predictions may gain more credibility, adding to the mystery of his story. Whether or not he was truly a time traveler remains unclear, but his impact is undeniable. His warnings and theories continue to spark reflection on the future, leaving us to question if the world he described is still ahead of us or if we've already altered its course. This lasting fascination only deepens when considering the science behind his time travel claims, especially the unique concepts he introduced about how his machine worked. The science behind time travel. John Titor's bold claims about time travel weren't just confined to his descriptions of the machine itself. What really caught people's attention were the scientific concepts he introduced to explain how his time-traveling device worked. At the heart of Titor's machine was the idea of a gravity distortion unit. In layman's terms, he claimed that this device could manipulate the fabric of space and time, creating a bubble around him that allowed him to leap across time. Imagine bending a piece of paper, creating a crease, and then jumping over the crease instead of traveling along the paper's surface. That's how he described his time travels. But wait, how does that even work? He explained that the variable gravity lock 5GL system played a crucial role in stabilizing these jumps by locking onto gravitational signatures, something he claimed was essential to traveling through time without causing catastrophic paradoxes. Titor's system supposedly used gravitational time dilation based on Einstein's theory of relativity. In simple terms, time moves slower near a massive object like a black hole. His machine supposedly controlled this, allowing time travel while keeping things stable. While this sounds like sci-fi, could it work? Time dilation is real, and gravitational time dilation has been proven in experiments. For example, clocks run slightly faster in space than on Earth due to weaker gravity. So, if we could control gravity on a large scale, could time travel be possible? The C204 gravity distortion unit sounds high-tech, but its ideas are based on real science. Could Titor have used current physics to create a futuristic device, or was it all a hoax? Time travel faces significant challenges, including accuracy. How do you ensure you land at the right time? There's also the issue of alternate world lines. What happens if you change history? He suggested his machine traveled between parallel universes, meaning his actions wouldn't affect the real future, but would create a new reality. But do these parallel realities really exist? With these complexities, it's unclear whether his explanation of time travel was based on real science or just a creative story. His device seemed grounded in physics, but the whole concept feels fragile. One theory uses scientific principles, while another introduces imagination. The big question remains: was John Titor a time traveler with a plausible scientific explanation, or was he simply ahead of his time in crafting an extraordinary tale? John Titor's story has always been full of mystery, sparking many debates and a lot of skepticism. While some people believe his claims of time travel, others are not so sure. Was Titor really a time traveler, or was he something else? As the story grew, so did the controversies around him. The shocking truth behind Titor's existence. One of the first and biggest accusations is that John Titor's entire story was a hoax. Some believe that Titor wasn't just one person, but a creation by two individuals, Larry and Richard Haber, who started making up his story back in 1998, even before Titor began posting online. These two were said to be behind creating the whole time travel narrative. But if Titor wasn't a time traveler, then who was he really? Some think Joseph Meany, who worked on a project called Aang's Hat, might have helped build Titor's story. Aang's Hat was a fictional project with similarities to Titor's tale, and many wondered if it was the beginning of what became the John Titor story. These connections made some question if Titor was just an elaborate story rather than a real time traveler. As more questions popped up, people started to wonder if Titor might have been a government agent. Some believed his warnings about world conflicts, nuclear disasters, and a collapsing society were part of a larger plan. The idea was that Titor could be a test to see how people would react to such shocking claims. This theory made the story even more chilling, with some believing his real purpose was to spread disinformation or push a hidden agenda. Things got even more complicated when Titor's story began to link to CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It is known for conducting cutting-edge research in physics, especially with its Large Hadron Collider. Some people thought Titor's warnings about time travel might have been connected to CERN's experiments, suggesting that they could be experimenting with time travel or dealing with problems that might go wrong. The connection between CERN and Titor's story made his warnings seem more real, and some wondered if Titor was trying to warn us about something the world wasn't ready for. A strange part of the Titor story was the trademarking of his name. As his popularity grew, people began questioning why anyone would want to own the rights to John Titor. Was it just a business move, or did it suggest something darker? The legal battle over the name raised suspicions that the whole story could have been designed for profit, capitalizing on people's fascination with time travel. The debate about Titor's true identity continues. Some believe he's a time traveler with vital warnings, while others see him as a fictional story meant to entertain and make money. His sudden disappearance in 2001 only deepened the mystery, leaving many to wonder if the story was a hoax. Titor's influence has gone far beyond online forums, shaping popular culture. Movies and TV shows like The 100, The X-Files, 12 Monkeys, and Back to the Future have drawn from his ideas of time travel and alternate realities. His warnings about the future and the concept of parallel timelines resonate with audiences, making his legacy a lasting part of time travel fiction. However, the trademarking of his name and the creation of a for-profit entity continue to fuel questions about the true nature of his story. Ultimately, Titor's tale speaks to a deeper human fascination with the future. The mystery surrounding him, along with his influence on culture and conspiracy theories, ensures that the legend of John Titor will endure for years. Even after his mysterious disappearance in 2001, his story continues to captivate many. His warnings and theories may have faded, but his impact hasn't diminished. People around the world are still puzzled, with a devoted following analyzing his claims and searching for the truth behind his existence. Is the world already home to time travelers? As we look back on John Titor's story, one big question still stands. Could time travelers already be here walking among us? It's a fascinating idea that makes us think deeply about the future and whether time travel could change everything we know about our world. Titor's story wasn't just about predicting events, it was about sending a message. He warned us about global apathy, political chaos, and how disconnected we can be from the problems around us. These warnings still feel relevant today, especially as we face growing challenges. Could Titor have been trying to make us more aware of the future we are creating? Or maybe he was simply a voice calling out from the future, urging us to pay attention before it's too late. As technology races ahead, we're seeing amazing advancements from artificial intelligence to space exploration. But with all this progress comes risk. Titor warned us that technology could outpace our ability to control it, which might lead to serious problems down the road. Is this a real threat or just a fear of the unknown? The faster we move forward, the more we wonder if we're ready for the consequences of our actions. The thought that there could be other time travelers influencing our world adds a whole new layer to this story. If time travel is real, how many other people from the future might be quietly shaping the world around us? Could major events in history have been changed by someone from another time? It's a mind-bending idea that makes us question how much control we really have over our future. The big question remains, was Titor the only one, or is he just one of many time travelers who have visited our world? If time travel exists, it's possible that there are others out there quietly guiding history in their own way. Titor's story opens up the possibility that we might not be alone in this strange journey through time. So was John Titor's story a warning, a hoax, or something more? We may never know for sure, but his tale has sparked endless debates and captured our imaginations. Whether his story is true or just a clever trick, it has made us think more about time, technology, and the future. And while we might never find all the answers, Titor's legacy will continue to make us wonder, what's next for us in this mysterious journey through time? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time.